Coffee is a drink made from roasted coffee beans, grown in more than 70 countries. Especially in the tropics of North and South America, Southeast Asia, the Indian subcontinent and Africa. Green coffee is said to be the second most traded commodity in the world after crude oil. 3. Because it contains caffeine, coffee can have a stimulant effect on humans. Today, coffee is one of the most popular drinks around the world. It is believed that the ancestors of the Oromo tribe in Ethiopia were the first to discover and recognize the tonic effect of the coffee bean plant. No direct evidence has been found to reveal exactly where coffee grew in Africa, or who used it as a tonic, or even known about it before the 17th century. The earliest reliable evidence of either drinking coffee or knowledge of the coffee tree appeared in the mid-15th century, in the Sufi monasteries of Yemen in southern Arabia. Coffee spread from Ethiopia to Yemen, Egypt and the Arabian Peninsula, and by the 15th century reached Armenia, Persia, Turkey and North Africa. Coffee spread from the Islamic world, to Italy. Then to the rest of Europe, Indonesia and to the Americas. Coffee beans containing coffee beans are produced by several types of evergreen shrubs found in the coffee tree. The two most common types are Coffea canephora, also known as Coffea robusta, and Coffea arabica. The least common species are Liberica, Excelsa, Stenophila, Mauritiana and Racemosa. They are mostly grown in Latin America, Southeast Asia and Africa. Once ripe, they are picking coffee beans, processed and dried. The seeds are then roasted, before undergoing several physical and chemical changes, where they are roasting in varying degrees, depending on the desired flavor. It is then ground and boiled to make coffee. It can be prepared and served in a variety of ways. The Republic of Yemen is one of the first countries that planted coffee and exported it to the world. With evidence that coffee is called Arabica or Arabic coffee originating from Yemen, the most important and luxurious type of coffee is the mocha, which is a distortion of the mocha coffee, in relation to the famous Yemeni port, Mocha. The port of Mocha is considered the first from which merchant ships set out and exported coffee to Europe and the rest of the world. Yemeni coffee is famous for its special taste and unique taste that differs from other types of coffee that are grown and produced in other countries of the world. Benefits: justice diabetes. Coffee consumption is associated with improved insulin sensitivity and better blood glucose control in diabetic patients. 1. Stroke. Coffee consumption is associated with a moderate reduction in the incidence of strokes. Constipation. Coffee consumption is associated with an inverse relationship with the number of cases of constipation. 6. Cirrhosis of the liver. Drinking coffee is associated with a strong inverse relationship with the occurrence of alcoholic cirrhosis. 7. Parkinson's disease. Drinking coffee is associated with a reduced risk of developing Parkinson's disease. 8. Alzheimer's disease. Drinking coffee has been linked to providing little protection against Alzheimer's disease. 9. Arthritis. Coffee consumption is inversely associated with the level of uric acid in the blood. 10. And with the incidence of gout. 11. Cancer. Drinking coffee is associated with a lower risk of oral and pharyngeal cancer. 12. Liver cancer. 13. And endometrial cancer. Damage. 1. Blood pressure. Coffee raises blood pressure only in those who are not accustomed to drinking it, and the rise in pressure may reach 10 mm Hg. 2. Iron absorption. Drinking coffee reduces iron absorption. 3. The mother's drinking of coffee may contribute to her and her baby developing iron deficiency anemia. 4. Absorption of drugs. Coffee hinders the absorption of some drugs. For example, coffee can reduce 60% of the absorption of the drug alendronate, which is used to treat osteoporosis. And coffee also impedes the absorption of levothyroxine, which is used to treat hypothyroidism. 5. Osteoporosis. High coffee consumption is associated with lower bone density and an increased risk of bone fractures, especially in women. 6. Urinary incontinence. Higher coffee consumption is associated with an increased incidence of incontinence. 7. Blood fats. Filtered coffee does not affect the level of fats in the blood. But unfiltered coffee contains fatty compounds such as cafestyl, which may raise the level of blood fats. As a study showed that drinking 4 to 6 cups a day of unfiltered boiled coffee raises the level of blood fats. Cholesterol 18.5 mg per deciliter. Lung cancer and urinary bladder cancer. 8. Drinking coffee is associated with an increased risk of lung and bladder cancers. But this may be due to the fact that coffee consumption is more in smokers than in others.